That's no moon. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy, Vitamin M here, and today we're back with another... Oh! Crap. Man, no breaks today. We're back with another episode of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and today we're going to be getting through Zone 6 here, Launch Base. Launch Base Zone, I think that's what it's called. I'm trying to remember, but anyways, last time we got through Carnival Night Zone and Ice Cap Zone. And now, this would be the final zone in Sonic 3 before we get to the second half of the game made up of Sonic and Knuckles. So this zone is actually pretty interesting. You're going to have a lot of these enemies around. You're going to have these platforms that you're going to jump in that'll spin you around, take you to some new places. Sometimes they'll throw you around, but it depends on what's going on with those guys, just where you are with them. So you just kind of have to be patient with them for a little bit. You want to watch out for a lot of enemies and different things around here. This one can be kind of tough if you're not careful whatsoever. So you just want to keep that in mind around here. You can walk through these areas where alarms will go off and there'll be these bird enemies that'll come after you. You know, just kind of jump on them. It's not a big deal if you run into them. It's not anything too awful or dramatic that you can't handle, period. So just keep that in mind. But, yeah, so we're just going to be getting through here. I don't know if today is going to be much really long video or anything like that, just given that I don't think I want to get too much into the Sonic and Knuckles content if we get there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is actually a pretty fun zone, I have to say. It's definitely pretty interesting, and I know things really do change up due to this being Sonic 3 and Knuckles instead of just Sonic 3, especially towards the end of this zone, which we'll get to eventually. But anyways, last time I was talking about some of the history of the soundtrack of this game and talking about, well, Michael Jackson being on the project. And I went into some detail on that, but I think I misstated a couple things, and I didn't get a whole lot of an opportunity to go into huge depth on everything. So, just kind of want to go over that. So, Michael Jackson was actually brought onto the project with, oh, and then there'll be these areas where you'll be blocked off by certain areas, and you need to hit these boxes around these certain areas to make those go away. See, like now we can advance. So keep those in mind, just be on the lookout for those guys. Watch out for those. Watch out for those spiky guys too. They're from kind of before an Ice Cap Zone, but they're a lot more annoying. Sometimes these things will throw you around. But anyways, Michael Jackson was brought onto the project after he had said, I think, to Sega that he really likes the Sonic games, and I think he was invited to Sega Technical Institute out in California, where they were actually developing the game. So, he was, yeah, that's the other thing too, Tails can run into those alarms, which can be a little annoying. He was brought into the project for a little bit, and was actually doing some beatboxing, and ow! Be careful for those two, and different things for it, actually. So, I had said that he had done music for Launch Base Zone. That's actually not true. He had actually done music for Ice Cap Zone, which is true. Gee. He'd done music for Ice Cap Zone, and actually Carnival Night Zone Act 1, and the end credits for Sonic 3, but not Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as the music does change, because obviously the game's longer, and the music does change for the end credits. So actually the end credits are actually very similar to the music you're hearing right now, too, to this, just kind of this backbeat a little bit. It's pretty similar, but man. But yeah, so that was most of what he did. So he would be beatboxing and these different things with the project, and at one point he had said to his, I believe his music director, or a composer he had worked with on keyboards on one of his albums in the 90s, I believe it was called Dangerous, was Brad Buxer. And he was actually part of the composition of the music for this game too. Man, I keep running into everything. But basically, Michael Jackson eventually left the project, and speculated for two reasons as to why. One is what I said, where he wasn't really impressed with the sound quality of the Genesis. He was really known to be a perfectionist with his art. I mean, you just listen to a Thriller album, man, the music there is pretty perfect there. Pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. And he wasn't really impressed with the sound quality of the Genesis, because he wanted it to sound perfect, and, you know, being a 16-bit machine back in the 90s, it's not going to pick up on everything and be the best especially with the other music tools that were available at the time, with everything such as that. So that was part of the reason he left the project, but there's another reason where he actually got into a little bit of trouble, and some allegations of later things he'd done before possibly came up during production, and I don't think Sega really wanted any part of it. Stay in school, kids. It'll serve you well. But basically, he left the project, and then another composer picked it up, and I'm really drawing a blank on his name, but, you know, that's okay. And this has always been speculation as to whether he actually wrote music for the game or not, but it seems Sega denies it, but a lot of the composers that were credited with the game actually do really say it was true, especially the guy who picked up and finished the game afterwards. Brad Buxer was still attached to the project, and he's still credited in the end credits, but Michael Jackson has no credit in the end credits whatsoever, which is definitely pretty interesting. But, you know, it could be for those two reasons, you know, said earlier. If the Genesis wasn't up to his kind of perfectionist standards and whatnot, he didn't really want to be a part of it because it wasn't his full potential, understandably so. But then, you know, maybe the other reason, which is possible, but, you know, I don't want to get too much into that. Ooh. But, yeah. Anyways, that's basically the story on Michael Jackson in this game. Pretty neat, but we got our Knuckles right here. Oh, what the heck? He's just bombing the whole place up? What the heck? Knuckles will go to any lengths. Who does this man think he is? Oh my goodness. He just destroyed a building. I know there's a joke I can make there, but I don't know if I want to go there. Ugh. But our fight's not with Eggman now, it's with this little mid-boss guy. So he's going to be spinning around with his little spiky balls, spiky boys, if you will, because everything's a boy. And, you know, we're just going to brute force him. I just like to brute force that guy, get it over with. Not very hard at all. But, yeah, so... Oh, that'll be nice for the next zone. Oh, wow, alright. Yeah, like I said in the very first episode, some monitors can fall in certain areas and they'll pop up. You can use them in the next zone. Sonic got through Act 1, so we're looking pretty good right here. And now on to Act 2, the final act of Sonic 3, before we move on to Sonic and Knuckles. I have to say, I do like this one more. There's a lot more areas where you can go fast, and you're moving along these pipes and everything such as that. I definitely like the gimmicks that make you go faster in this one over Act 1, for sure. Because I find some parts pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. But we're going to be moving real fast here now. As we're moving along. Oh, okay. Yeah, those guys come up in some of the worst spots there, too, so just be careful. Nope. Alright, I want to bounce. Let's get up there. Let's see what's up here. Froggy boy. It's no match for me. That's the other thing. You can grab onto these cranes. Different things like that. I always found that pretty cool. It always kind of reminded me of Batman for some reason. But, you know, Batman's pretty cool. Oh. Can't catch a break. But yeah, so... Oh, gosh. Yeah, if you're not careful in this zone will throw you for a ride. Just keep that in mind. And I should not have hit that little guy there. Because now I can't get those rings, so I'm a sad boy now. Alright, got some rings, so we're all set. But yeah, we're going to be going underwater for a little bit here, and then there's another gimmick that'll come on later that I really do enjoy. Oh. Gosh. Sure, let's just hit everything while we're at it. No, I don't want to be back up here. Okay, I got one ring, I'm okay. Okay, you can't hit me. You thought you could. Okay, hit him. Alright, we're good. Alright. Woo! Okay. Good thing that spring was there. I would have really not enjoyed that. That would have really sucked. Yeah, we got birdie boys there. Alright, this is the other part that's cool. You can break open the pipes and then travel through them to these new areas. I always thought that was really cool. Even though you kind of lose control and everything, but I always found it really cool. Now we're going to be zooming along here while invincible. Nothing can touch us. We're unstoppable right now. We are moving along, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I always like the history of music, especially when it comes to video games and such for that, because I haven't really heard of any other big artists or composers really working on any other video games or anything like that. It would be kind of cool if maybe, you know, Don Henley or the Eagles got involved in some of the games in the 80s, but, you know, understandably, 8-bit machines wouldn't be a whole lot. But if I do remember correctly, I think Journey actually had a game on the Atari that was sponsored and licensed by them with a whole bunch of their music, which was actually pretty neat back in the day. Really, no other band at that time really had a thing. And I think Aerospace, excuse me, I think Aerosmith later did something like that too in the arcade. Definitely, you know, an interesting bunch. But I always thought that was pretty cool. Some really cool bands, and you know, some of my personal favorites, really doing other things, projects like that for music, for games, and stuff like that. But yeah, here we are on to the boss fight now. So we're gonna be fighting Eggman here. This is not a hard boss fight at all whatsoever. This little flap is gonna come up, and there'll be a wrecking ball that'll shoot up. That was gonna go below us. It'll alternate before shooting out on top, and then hitting us down below, and Tails is just going to do all the work right there. Okay, that's pretty nice. But now, we get to, you know, play around in Eggman's flying car. It's going to be pretty neat right here. And who else do we come across but Knuckles? You... Yeah, that's what you get. Man, he's been such a punk this whole time. Trust me, he's a cool character, but it's really cool he's an antagonist here. But he's just been such a punk to us this whole time. He deserves that. Looks like the Death Egg is launching, so I hope we made it in time. Here we are. We're on the Death Egg base here. So here is part 2 of this boss fight. So Eggman will come up from the sides, and he'll have that little spiky ball on top that'll kind of rotate. You want to watch out for that as you go along here. He's shooting these beams, just watch out for those. Now, this would be a completely different boss fight in Sonic 3, where I believe this would be the first phase of it, and then the sky would go dark, and the final boss theme would play. And trust me, you guys are really going to love that song when we get to it. It is a blast. But it would be a completely different machine, and Tails is just going to finish it. Tails is going to... It would just be a different machine where you come in from the sides, and he would grab you with some arms and different things such as that. Not very hard at all. It would be pretty darn easy for a final boss fight for sure. But Sonic got through Act 2, and... Oh shoot, well it looks like... Oh. Okay, we're going to be floating down right now. Alright. Well, alright. Oh, and there it is, it's falling out of the sky. Alright, looks like we did kind of save the day. That's pretty good with me. But I don't think we're done yet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mushroom Hill Zone. This is the beginning of Sonic and Knuckles right here. So, that was the end of Sonic 3, and this is where the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game begins right here. So, I think there's enough time to really go through some of this. Hopefully maybe the whole thing, but we'll see what happens. I don't want another 40-minute episode, you know, that was kind of crummy. But let's get a move on here. So right away... Where are you hiding? Boom! Alright, let's open that guy up. Let's see what he's hiding. Okay, let's check this out. Whoa. Now, this is in a secret area that is only accessible by the big rings now, from Mushroom Hill Zone to the end of the game. Now, remember how we got all 7 Chaos Emeralds? Well, now all 7 of these bonus stages are open to us. So now every time you enter a big ring, it'll take you to this area, and you can pick which special zone you want to play. I don't remember which one is which, but I know there's definitely some easier ones than others. But regardless of whether you have all 7 Chaos Emeralds or not, this big ring that Knuckles was hiding will take you to this area, and you can pick one of these, and you'll just have to pick up the other 7 Chaos Emeralds from before. But now, we're going to be collecting something else that'll allow us to turn into, I think I already said earlier, but Hyper Sonic, Hyper Tails, and Hyper Knuckles. Trust me, you really want this. And I don't think by this point now you can turn into Super Sonic anymore. I don't know, but basically, this is a really cool plot point where now you have to get all of the other emeralds here. And that big green one up there, that's exactly what Eggman is after. That's the Master Emerald. That's what Knuckles has been guarding this whole time from us thinking that we're the antagonist, when really he wants it to power up his machine, the Death Egg. So, well, I don't think it really matters here, so I think I'm going to pick the far left one here. You just need to stand on it. And welcome to bonus stage! Now, we just need to collect the blue spheres. These are the blue sphere stages from Sonic and Knuckles. Yep, they really weren't that creative, and that's okay. I am totally fine with that. But now, just gotta play some more blue spheres to get some more emeralds and different things. So, as before, the same rules apply. Collect the rings, get all of the, get all the continues and the extra lives and everything such as that. Perfects are going to be really great ways to get some extra lives, so just keep that in mind as you're going about things here. That was close. Okay. Alright, where do I want to go here? I think I want to go... Yeah, I want to go this way. Alright, I know this one can be a little tricky, but it's not too bad. You just kind of have to have a sense of where you're going for sure. See, it can be a little easy to get lost, so just kind of hang in there on this one. But, okay, got some more rings, that's nice. Alright. Yeah, just hang tight. You're going to do great if you just stick to it. But I do want to go back that way too, so just keep that in mind. Okay. What? How did I lose rings? I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounded like I lost rings there for a second. That was weird. Kind of weird for a sec, but yeah, so not a whole lot more going on here. Just oh, wow, that was a little frightening there. All right, we got perfect, and last one, got him. Now your reward are these babies. Super Emeralds. There are 7 of these in total, and you need to collect them in order to get Hyper Sonic, Hyper Tails, Hyper Knuckles. I really do like this plot device. I found it really, really mysterious and really, really cool. And the fact that you can kind of pick your own bonus stage is definitely pretty cool by this point now. And as you saw, we got another continue, we got a perfect, got another extra life and everything. So we got that. Now we got 6 more to go. And trust me, they are a lot of fun by this point now. The story is really, really cool with that element now added to it. But yeah, Mushroom Hill Zone. So, you know, I remember playing Sonic and Knuckles for the first time and just getting my butt kicked on this zone because I just, first time playing, not really having a clue what to do really, just knowing that there's 3 buttons that you can press to jump around and everything such as that. So, you know, kind of figuring out this Spin Dash 2, but I have to say, I think this is by far one of my favorite zones, for sure. It's not my favorite, we'll get there eventually, but I would have to say this is probably my second favorite zone in the entire game, I would have to say. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, for sure. I just really like the mushrooms and everything such that you can use them to bounce off of, get some serious height. These dragonflies, you want to hit them in the head, not in the tails. Just going to be these butterflies that follow you around. We're going to have those guys right there, the swingy boys. Just hang onto the rope. You can go pretty far with them too. Sometimes you want to bounce on these mushrooms to find some extra rings and different things such as that, so just keep that in mind. But here we go. We're going to be rolling around at the speed of sound. And that's not what I wanted to happen right there. Okay, we're back up here anyways. That's fine. Whoa! Okay, watch out for that. That'll get you right there if you're not careful. But yeah, so we're just trying to keep an eye out for these rings here too. Those are going to come in handy. Those will be really helpful later on. So we just want to try to keep an eye out for those. And I'm trying to remember where they are too, but really, really like this zone. Plus, if you're hearing the music too, I mean, I love this song. Besides just having to listen to it a lot because of getting stuck in this stage. But it's definitely a ton of fun. I really do like this song. Well, this one too, but but definitely the Mushroom Hill song for sure. It's fun. If I can suggest, I do highly suggest picking up a fire shield for what's coming up next. Okay, I don't want a water shield, but there'll be a fire shield I think coming up later. But I do suggest picking it up for what's coming later. It'll just make things a little bit easier. But yeah, this is a really fun place. I know there's some areas where you can get stuck in, I guess I'll call them vines, and we'll probably get to those later, but I would get stuck in those and I would have no idea what to do. I would just be so clueless. And okay, here we go, we got a monitor with an extra life. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Alright. We are just cruising along here. And here we are at the mid-boss. We got the woodcutter. Only Sonic can jump that high to hit him, so just keep that in mind. But just get under him with the fire shield, and you're pretty much all set. So you're going to be kicking it real good if you know what's up. Oh, lightning shield? I want that guy. And Sonic got through Act 1. Not a hard zone at all whatsoever, but it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. A ton of fun. But Act 2 is up, and we're going to be having a lot more fun in this one. But we got to deal with this guy again. I mean, gosh, leave me alone, dude. And now in Act 2 here, there's going to be those little hens that they'll be actually blowing some air at you. So if they're able to blow all the way, then they will actually really. I want to get up there. That's okay. I want to be down here. If they manage to blow, then they'll blow you away like that. It's not fun. But you can get stuck in those vines there, just spin dash, and you're all set. That can be really, really annoying if you get stuck in that. Plus, you know, before, I had no idea how to play this game, so. Alright, I do want to get back up to there. Yeah, I want to get back up here. See, that's the other thing with Tails, he just jumps around. Kind of mess you up. Here we go. Come on. I don't know if there's anything extraordinarily important up there. Just trying to remember where these rings were. Oh, I know there's one down here. Okay, we'll take this one. Watch out. And here we are. Well, I don't think there's really a big deal, so I'll just pick this guy next. Okay. This one is pretty simple, just kind of stay in a straight line. Just kind of follow where the game takes you, and you're going to be moving on to different zones by these yellow spheres there. You're going to have to jump over some red spheres that you've already tracked over, and just keep that in mind. Stay calm, keep your wits about you. As Peppy Hare would say, and you're going to be doing just fine. I do not recommend going for a perfect on this stage. It's just really not worth it. So you can just kind of ignore those rings in the middle there. It's really not worth it. Just kind of stay in a straight line here and keep moving. It's really not all that worth it. Plus, after you really finish the game, there's not really a whole purpose to continues like that anymore, really. So just keep that in mind. Bam! If you just stay in a straight line, you're all set. I would have to say that's one of the easiest, but it's not the easiest. But Sonic Super Emerald, oh baby! We got 5 more to go. We're looking pretty good right now. And there he is, nice and blue. Ooh! I didn't know that would do that. Well, that's pretty neat. So, for getting a lot of the big rings there, I recommend staying up high on where the zone is here. Just staying up in the higher areas. Because that's, I believe, where I remember most of them. Things will be a little more different if you're playing as Knuckles. But Tails can kind of get anywhere he wants. I mean, so can Knuckles. But if you're Sonic, I just recommend trying to stay high up as you can. And it's really helpful, as you saw earlier, to have Lightning Shield to kind of traverse more things. Lightning Shield just allows you to be a lot more mobile. The other power-ups definitely have their perks, but the Lightning Shield, if you want to explore different things such as that, that's your go-to for sure. That's part of why I really enjoy it the most, is it allows me to kind of explore, get to some areas I couldn't otherwise, just by myself. Bonk you. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna get up there. Oh, this red guy here. Alright, here we go. Zoom! Alright, those poles make you go real fast. And there we are. We're at another guy here. So let's get this one. I don't think this won't be too hard. Okay, just 37 of them. That's pretty good. Alright, this can be pretty good right here. But yeah, I think between the two games, between Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, I would have to say I'm more of a fan of Sonic & Knuckles. I definitely like... Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was pretty bad there. I'd have to say I'm definitely more of a fan of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I would have to say. I just really enjoy those zones a lot more. I'm able to play as Knuckles, which is pretty darn cool. And yeah, I mean, the soundtrack I think I definitely enjoy a lot more. Don't get me wrong, Sonic 3 is great, but I always found Sonic and Knuckles to be a lot more enjoyable. Especially with some of the areas where you can go really fast. Sonic kind of stresses speed a lot more than other platformers, especially Mario back in the day, back in the 90s, the big console war. So, yeah, I've always been more of a fan of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or Sonic and Knuckles. But Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the whole package is definitely the king between the three of them. And Sonic got another Chaos Emerald here, so we're making some really good headway right here, guys. We got 3 out of the 7 here. We just got 4 more to go. Ding! Oh, man. You know, just trying to have some fun with things. But the other reason I recommend going up on the highest levels is here, where we transitioned from kind of the more fall and dry setting to this, I guess, even more dry setting, kind of after a forest fire, is you can get to this special area right here, where you can pretty much pick any power-up you want. You get a free 1-up. Pretty good stuff right there, if I do say so myself. So I'm a big fan of that right there. I do have to say. But yeah, but that's really where I remember all the rings. And it looks like we got another one! Alright, we take that. W's come in all shapes and sizes. We'll play this guy next here. Okay, this guy is the very first blue sphere stage in Sonic and Knuckles that you would have come across. This guy is really, really easy. Kind of more of an open plan. You kind of got to go scavenging a little bit to find everything, but not really bad at all. This guy is pretty simple, if I do say so myself. Really easy to get a perfect on. Continues really aren't that hard at all to really get. So yeah, so we're just kind of playing around here. We're gonna be doing this, but yeah. These guys right here, I recommend just going from one to the other. Just kind of take your time on these. There's no rush whatsoever. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to these stages, trust me. And you really don't want to do that to yourself. Just take your time. Keep your wits about you, everyone. Old Peppy hair. Peppy does know what he's doing as much as he wants to do a barrel roll. So just keep that in mind. Peppy is on your side. That's the other thing. I'm a really big Star Fox fan, so I always enjoy those little getting in those little nuggets, if you will, of Star Fox in there. Peppy's a great character. So here we are. We've got our our fourth. Excuse me. I wish it was our last. We got our fourth Super Emerald here. So we're getting a lot closer here now. We got 3 more to go, and we have, I believe, really 4 or 5 more zones or so to get some of these Super Emeralds. We're looking pretty good right here. We are looking pretty good. So that's the last one I know of in Mushroom Hill Zone. So we're just kind of cruising along right here. So we're coming to the very end here. And yeah, so things are looking pretty good. Things are looking up, Fox. Even though I am a hedgehog. What are you going to do about it? Whoa. That's how you get up here? Are you serious? I never knew that. I never knew how to get up there. That's insane. Well, you learn something new every day. But here we are. It's Eggman. And I lost my fire shield, which really sucks. Basically, we're going to be running. And we're going to have to jump over these spikes. And if you try to jump into him, make sure his turbos are not on. That you're not going to get smoldered by fire or anything like that. That would really suck. And Tails is going to get the last hit on him. But really easy boss fight right there. That's the first boss fight of Sonic and Knuckles right there. And here we are. Pow! Saving the animal buddies right there. We're looking pretty good. Sonic got through Act 2. That's it for Mushroom Hill Zone. And now... even Sonic was taken really aback by that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Flying Battery Zone. By far, my favorite zone in this game. Oh man, I'll get into more detail in the next episode, but I think that's enough for today. But next time, on Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we're going to be really kicking it hard here at Flying Battery Zone. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you, fellas.